and welcome to the Broadway Bachelorette, where we recap all things Bachelor Nation. I am your host, Hayley Podschun, and just like Claire, I am gonna throw you all for a loop today. There is no guest, it is just me. We have not one, but two Bachelorettes on this episode. I told you that Claire would not be lasting more than 4 episodes, and I was right. So the episode starts off and the guys are complaining because they're not getting time with Claire. We've seen this basically this entire season. We know that she's in love with Dale. I did read an interesting article that my mom sent me. Thanks, Mom. It was an article by Benoit, Claire's ex-fiance from Bachelor Winter Games. It was nice to read the article to know that Benoit also believed that Claire was getting a really bad edit this season. He also said something really interesting, which I'm very happy to share this with you, that he believes she said, last episode, remember when she said,
"You dished on my fiance." So
that was about Benoit. We only see the back of her head, so we don't know where that audio was taken from. And that's the editors on these TV shows. That's what they do. I feel like I'm gonna go with Benoit's theory. Claire is still writing in that tiny journal. No one has a journal that size, not even an 8-year-old. Daddy Chris Harrison comes in. I thought watching this that Claire called Chris Harrison in, but she was like, "Why are you here?" And Chris is like, "We gotta chat." I found it very interesting that he was coming on behalf of the guys, but also production, because I'm sure production was like, what are we gonna do the rest of the season? I was really happy that Chris Harrison asked her if her and Dale have been chatting on social media. I am even more interested to find out at the after the final rose, when they really tell the truth. Let's be real, they were chatting. They were chatting. There's no way that they had this connection after 4 episodes, which might have lasted them 8 days, maybe a week. There's no way. They have had to have talked beforehand. My favorite pun from the night was,
just kind of looking to get a little bit more clarity from Claire.
So Chris Harrison comes in, no cocktail party, no rose ceremony. I mean, if I were these guys, I would be so angry. But Claire wants to have her last and final date with Dale. Also, I think the thing that we need to remember is this is their first one-on-one date. And she's telling Dale, "I love you," or "I'm falling for you." Dale looked terrified.
we haven't even had a one-on-one date, yet I feel like I know you so much better than all the other guys.
Okay, did anyone else find it strange that both of their parents hitchhiked to one another? Claire first said, "My dad hitchhiked to my mom." Dale's response was not there.
He hitchhiked because he didn't have any money to propose to my mom.
And they met one time?
They met one time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about a story. This is a town about an hour or 2 away, but he's so broke he couldn't get back to see her, so he had to hitchhike to see her. And
He hitchhiked to see her?
hitchhike, I swear.
Stop.
Yeah.
If someone said to you, "My dad hitchhiked to my mom," and your dad had done the same thing to your mom, wouldn't you be like, "Wait a second. Ugh, and then we gotta end this date with the "listen to your fart" singers." And then they have an overnight date. We've truncated an entire Bachelorette season into like 8 minutes of television. I'm telling you, I am here for this. I bring it on again, ABC. Yes. And also, as Deanna has reminded us, and now Claire can tell you,
It seriously is true. You know when you know. And I know.
when you know, you know. I was very proud of Claire that she went to the guys and told her honesty about, "I've chosen Dale, this is what's happening." That is not easy to admit that to all these guys that have taken time out of their lives, also during a global pandemic. I was very proud of her. I know that must have been very hard for her, and not only for the guys to hear that, but kudos to you, Claire. A+. We've got to take a moment for Blake with this.
I invested early when I found out it was her. Like, I bought a book on, like, dementia and Alzheimer's to make sure I could understand, like, what she was going through with her mom.
I mean, come on. Like, he did research. He's trying to learn so he can be empathetic. And of course, it's not an engagement episode without Neil Lane. We got him on a FaceTime call, which I was really hoping it'd be a Zoom call because that would be extra 2020. Claire telling Chris that she is scared that Dale will run away because that's what she's been used to in all of her past relationships. And then for her to be standing at the time where she's about to get engaged and Chris Harrison walks forward and says, I have to tell you something. Rude. That is rude, ABC. And now they're engaged. Do we place bets on how long this will last? And finally, Tayshia. Oh my gosh. She stepped out of that limo. I had an emotional reaction. I mean, like, this is the best season so far, I feel like, of Bachelorette. I loved Hannah B's season. That was my most favorite. But now we're getting 2 Bachelorettes in one? What a gift. Thank you, Bachelor gods. And then, of course, it ended with a to be continued. No, I was not okay with that. Thank you so much for joining in on this crazy cuckoo episode. I hope it gave you some clarity of what was going on. I hope to see you next week. Make sure to like the video and subscribe below. And until then, to be continued with Tayshia.